We created the center for one reason, because we know that people and companies needed more expertise, more simplicity, and more solutions. At CPPS, we love people. We want people to be safe and secure and have confidence in their own personal safety. That's why we created this business. That's why we do what we do every day. So team, what's the world we envision? Where are we going with all this? What are we trying to accomplish?
When we talk to clients all the time, they seem overwhelmed by everything that there is to do with workplace violence prevention from a legal standpoint, from, putting teams together, building the threat management teams, building the crisis management teams, making sure they're staying in compliance, all the training. Like, there's just so much that they need to be able to do in order to build out a good program. Right. So I think that's where we come in, is we help simplify the process as much as we possibly can, right? Which actually is quite a bit, because we do this every single day. We're very familiar with the process and what it takes for an organization to build out a plan at every level too. Like, and every organization has its own struggles, but we've worked with many organizations and we get what your struggles are most likely. And if not, we definitely will. And I think that one of the things that we bring to it is we kind of bring a coach through the process. So if you're unfamiliar with this territory, this area, we're going to coach you through it. Like, we're going to take a complex subject and we're going to make sure that you are have the best built program possible. We really are.
Well, and I think that's attributed to the scope that we look through, right? So if you're a security director or, the head of HR or whatever that is, and you're tasked with building this program, you only see this lens that you're looking through. We see it we can look through various clients within your industry to see how they've met the same challenges that you're facing and what those solutions are. And so it's really cool. What I love is when people say, I'm not just looking to meet this compliance standard. I want to have a best-in-class program. How do I do that? And it's like, ooh, we got you. This is what we do, actually. And we can help you along the way because we have that broad lens that we're looking through and seeing. If you're a utility industry, like, oh, this is how all of the, our utility clients are kind of meeting these same objectives and challenges, and we get it. We've seen it time and time again, where you're looking through this one optic, we see many. So it's kind of cool to have that perspective.
Yeah, and at the center of all of it, it's the people. At the middle of this, like, we build these programs, we work with these companies so that the individual, like, even in our training, we're looking through the individual's lens, right? Rather than, like, when we're talking with clients, we're not just trying to check that compliance box, because it's like, okay, you'll be legally compliant when you do that, but does that mean your program is effective? No. And why do we want an effective program? Why do we want effective plans? Why do we want all of this stuff to work? So the people that are within it can be taken care of. So they know what to do. So they know how to keep themselves safe, survive. But that's, having the ability for individuals to understand and know what to do when stuff goes wrong, when things happen, or even prevent those things in the first place.
Yeah.
I love it.
So Jake, as our fearless leader, where do you see this going in the future? 5, 10 years? Where do you see this going?
Millions of people having the skill set they need to address the most intractable issues that society faces. Right now, we talk about workplace violence or violence societally. The walls of the workplace are kind of coming down. It's increasingly becoming the safety and security of the individual, regardless of where they're working. Mm-hmm. Well, and even more so, regardless of where they just find themselves in a day-to-day. It's like somebody that's trying to harm you doesn't care if you're working or not. But these kinds of things transcend all of these different environments. Like, even nowadays, an active assailant happens outside of the typical workplace. They happen more often now in public and open spaces than what they do in businesses. So it's the individual. It's how can we equip every single individual at the lowest level to understand how to deal with all of these issues. Active assailant, unrest, intimate partner violence, how to keep themselves safe as they're traveling around the globe, how to keep their information safe, how to keep their family safe, how to stay safe within the context of a workday. And then there's the leadership perspective of that too, where it's like, okay, well now if you're a leader within this, you need to have a greater skill set plus the leadership skill set to be able to show others how to do it. And that's the workplace context right now. We train managers and leaders on these different issues because it's kind of that layered competency that you need all the way through so that organizations can be able to adopt it too. But, you know, there's industries that need more specific help too. You've got healthcare that is feeling the pain significantly. They're a higher risk industry as it pertains to issues like violence. But we know from our backgrounds, from what we did in the government, that individuals can have tools to deal with all of these problems. And it's not complicated. Like, we can simplify it for them and give actionable skill sets and tools for people to be able to deal with all of these things and have confidence before they even experience it.
Yeah, and you know what? Something that's really interesting, that's trending right now in, you know, the whole learning and development department is, you know, everything went to work from home, everything went remote, everything went to e-learning or computer-based learning or whatever it is. So people are really craving that interactive, human level kind of training where you're getting in front of them and you're talking to them and meeting them where their challenges lie, and you're talking them through, you know, their day-to-day stressors or whatever that looks like, and how to build these teams and how to deal with this conflict management. I think people are going to really crave that in this next generation of training. So I see, you know, us really kind of embracing this immersive scenario-based training and kind of
we need to have instructor robots.
There we
get
go.
a cadre of Tesla robots.
There you go. We don't have all our own avatar, but, you know, maybe one day we'll be up to Sergeant Staley's level. But yeah,
nobody can give a personal touch better than an AI robot, right? But that'd be hilarious.
Direct quote. Yeah, I like it. But I think people are going to crave that, you know, in-person training. I think that'll be the novelty, especially when you're talking about high-risk topics. Violence prevention, all of that. I think people are going to really be into it, and it's going to be the way of the future, really.
No doubt.
I think a good point is that we're training individuals, like you said, really reinforcing that, but we're training organizations. We're training teams within the organization. You know, we're training the threat management teams. We're training crisis management teams to kind of put them to the test, making sure that, one, their policies stand up too, but they also know what to do when the time comes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, don't underestimate training as a team.
Yeah, absolutely. It's something that we definitely need to do, and even in the executive team too, right? Because we provide training for them too, and it's, you know, all different types of training. One, informing the program that they have and stuff like that, how to best utilize that to their advantage so that they understand that. But two, it really builds into the tiered approach that we use. Like, and I think that's one of the benefits that we bring is that we're going to build out an entire program. It's like, we're going to start with those policies
all the way through.
We're going to train your frontline folks. We're going to train your leaders. We're going to train your threat management team. Not only that, we can do it in person, like video, like whatever means you need. Like, we're able to facilitate that, which really builds out an entire program, not just one particular part of it.
No doubt. That's why I love our tagline: empowered teams, safer workplaces. You know, having that empowerment piece, these teams within a workplace, maybe it is a crisis management team, maybe it's a threat management team, maybe it's managers and leaders, maybe it's the team as an organization as a whole. Having that empowerment to recognize how to get ahead of these issues, be proactive, take care of things if actually things do occur, and therefore creating a safer workplace. So that's our heart at the center. We want individuals, whether personally or within the context of an organization, to know exactly what to do for all of these kinds of issues. So maybe you're watching this video and you're asking yourself those questions, like, what's my next steps? Start having the conversation. Ask, what is our organizational answer to some of these different solutions? Be that stakeholder in your security, in your personal safety for your workplace. And if you don't have those answers, of course, feel free to reach out to us. We'd love to be a partner to you and help you through this journey. CPPS.com for our website. Smash the subscribe button and we'll send you all kinds of more content like this. Hopefully you enjoyed it. But until the next time, thanks for watching and join us on the journey. Take care.